Hello there, welcome to New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. How are you doing today? Let's go straight over to the chat. Let's have a look who's in the chat. We have Della Smalley in the chat. Thank you for being here. So a big hello to you, my friend. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And we also have Blue Self-Reliance in the chat. Hey, I'm just on my phone because I'm out and about, but wanted to pop in and say hi. So guys, do go over and check out the channel and subscribe while you're there. So let's see. Oh, and we have Stephen Tina Jewel just popped in as well. Stephen Tina Jewel, good morning, because I know it's morning for you. It's 5:30 p.m. here. So I've had a full day. I've been absolutely exhausted already, and you're just getting going. So guys, do go over and also check out Steve and Tina Jewel's channels. Oh, we also have the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Great supporters for my channel. Go and check out their channel, guys, and go and see who Duke is. Okay, let's begin straight away with this. He's got more energy than me today. And you guys still haven't named that poor little hamster. We're looking for a very clever name. It's a boy, and I'd love to have a really clever name for the hamster for that section. He's stopped now. He's finally stopped running around. And maybe if you give him a really cool name, put your comments in as to ideas for clever names for him, and maybe then you might see him. I might get him off the wheel. He's running around. It's in my light ring. He's running around there, and I've got all the numbers in there, and that's where he's running around. So he's finally stopped on number 5. Now in my countdown to my lives, you'll see number 5 actually is the hand, and it says, "You've got this." So what can we say to go with "you've got this"? Well, this is what you guys keep telling me with my situation. You've got this. So I am listening. I'm listening. And it's like I haven't even done my hair today. This is from yesterday. I just plaited it. I've slept on it. I get up, I get my buckets of water, I water as much as I can. Oh, I water as much as I can. Then I have a little break. Today I had to post some videos. It's a posting day, so that was my break. And as soon as I finished, I'm going to go and do more watering. I'm like the hamster. I'm just going round and round the wheel. Just keep going. I'm absolutely exhausted, but you know me, I'm doing my best to keep perky with it. Yes. Yes. So What I'm going to do, I think I've got one video scheduled for Friday because I always schedule Fridays on Wednesday because Friday is my day I have to catch up with anything I haven't got done during the week, which includes watering now as well. And so I always schedule Friday's video today. So today I posted and scheduled Fridays. And then I'm going to start showing. I said before I'd still got lots more gardening ones because I don't like my videos much over 10 minutes. So when I do my gardening ones, I obviously couldn't show you every area updated in one video. It's far too much. So as you know, if you watch my channel, I show a video of the update of the hugelkultur, maybe a video update of the vertical garden and some other bits and pieces, maybe my new nursery area, then another update on maybe the fruit trees, another update on the raised beds, so on and so forth. So obviously they start lagging behind the real date. Well, obviously when all this issue happened, I was obviously gutted and I just didn't want to put those videos up because I thought people think, hold on, you don't have a problem. Everything's growing really well there, Dawn, it's fine. So I said what I was going to do, I was going to pause those videos because obviously I then also didn't have time to make any videos or anything. So I kept those in the bag and I'm now going to start showing the ones that you didn't yet see, but they're not real. They're not real. I'm just so worried someone go, oh, everything's fine. Good, you got all sorted. If you look at what's growing versus the last videos you saw what's growing, it's literally days later. So I don't know how many I've got. I've got quite a few. I'm going to say 6, maybe more than 6. I have to count, but there's still quite a lot. I think there might be more than 6, but there's still quite a lot more videos. But I'm going to start posting them because or else you'll be seeing things that are way out of date, and it just won't be right. So these are back from prior to when the water situation occurred, and this is right back to when I think I'm saying in the last few I'm doing buckets. So this is when Mike's made the borehole was still working, and originally the irrigation tank broke first and Mike was doing what we're doing now. He made the borehole connected to a big water butt, if you like, and he was pumping it into there. I'd dip a bucket in, pull it out, I'm getting mussels, go and water something, and then come back and keep doing that and walk in. Well, garden is over 6,000 square meters. So you can imagine, and I'm on a mountainside, so it's not all flat. I'm up and down and backwards and forwards. I'm not doing everything, but I've done a video and I will talk later on, maybe another video, how I prioritize. I do speak a little bit in one I've posted about drought, what you do in drought, how you save plants, and it's things I've been doing to try and save some plants. So I think in the videos you're going to see I'm talking about I'm doing the buckets. That's not now that I'm doing the buckets, that was prior. Then the borehole broke, so then we had no water. I'm going to say for a month, over a month. I can't remember. It's definitely a month, if not longer, where we had zero water at all. And now, as you know, we got the borehole done purely on the loan that we've been given. And we have got to pay that loan back as soon as possible. I'm really, really concerned about that. And so we're back again now because the borehole works again, only we're back to me going around with buckets. So when you hear me talk about, oh, I'm going around with buckets, that was before the borehole broke. So don't think you're up to date. So I know it's going to be confusing. I thought, should I ditch those? I thought, no, well, you know, there's, as I say, there's probably 6, 8 videos. I'm not sure. You're still going to see the journey, but I think I need to put a big disclaimer on the bottom. This is not real footage. This is old footage. Let's see. Let's go to the chat. We have Steve doing great moderation duties. Thank you there, Steve, very much. Appreciation from me and everybody else. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla says, wow, thanks for sharing. Hey there, Stephen Tina. I share everyone that comes in the chat, and quite often you have been mentioned when you've not been in the chat. I often talk about my followers. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla have given us names, choices for the hamster. Let me write them down, and I'm going to collect a list of all the ideas, peruse them. Maybe we'll vote for them. I'm looking for a pen. Maybe we'll vote for them. Maybe I'll just choose one. I'm not sure. So, names for the hamster. We have Bob. We have Forrest Gump. And we have Randy. Randy. Okay, I'll put your name by the side of those three so I know who suggested those. Great suggestions there. You are the first to make suggestions. I've been asking for quite a time on and off. I think people are trying to think of something clever. I haven't even began to think of anything yet. Steve says, looks like our weather is the same. Oh, a Mr. comment. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla saying, rain last night, raining all day today. We don't see rain now till November. You might have an odd sprinkling, but it's pretty rare now. Steve and Tina Jules say the seeds you sent are doing well. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. And I was just trying to work out what that link was, because I read it as Blossel Frelinak. Blossel Frelinak. It's blue self-reliance, but my brain doesn't split words in the right place. Blossel Frelinak. We're going to have to call out of that now. Blossel Frelinak. Oh dear. So yes, that's the update really. And while we're talking about the garden, so other news. I was in the garden. Can you believe that? I'm doing nothing but ordering wood buckets up and down the garden. I was going along with my bucket, and I'm not with it. I'm too exhausted to even use the time productively listening to a podcast, or I'm just, and the heat here is extreme. And so I was nowhere. My mind was nowhere. And I just happened to see under one of my almond trees something on the ground, like a round ball, an apple, something. But it was dark red. And I thought, oh, it's a pomegranate. Because when the pomegranates fall off the tree, as in they're old, if you haven't picked them, they go very hard and extremely dark red, like a sort of blacky red, very dark red. And I thought, oh, that's pomegranate. Well, it's far away from any of our pomegranate trees, but it has been pretty windy here, as you saw in the fire video. The wind was extreme. So I thought, oh, well, it's blown from somewhere. My goodness, because chairs and things went over. So it was a strong wind. I was like, oh, and I bent down to pick it up. It was a bit soft. Now, when they're old, they're not soft. Well, they're not soft anyway. I picked it up. I looked at it, and it was a red onion. You know, the really dark red onions, still with the skin on. Dark red onion, really good size one. As I say, I thought it was big pomegranate. I'm growing red onions, but they're still in their beginner stage, you know, like the bit of grass. Where's this red onion come from? There's no neighbours around or anything like that. All I can think of is a bird has picked it up and flown and dropped it. A big red onion in the middle of my garden. Obviously, I didn't want to eat it as much as we've lost so much food here. But I was like, it didn't have teeth marks in or anything like that. So I've planted it. I've planted it and I've put a little stick in so I know exactly where it is, where I planted it. Yeah. Free food from God. Thank you. Oh dear. Okay. Steve saying he likes Forrest Gump, so let's do a vote. Let me get a pen out because I'm using my bendy pencil. Not the best thing when I'm not leaning on the table to write, because if I lean on this table, look, you go shaky. You go shaky. So we've got one vote for Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest. Yeah, I say that to Mike a lot. Run, Forrest. We've also got Hamster Huey. Hamster Huey. Stuart. Like Stuart Little. Oh, right. Okay, so let's put Stuart Little so we can, right. Some good names there. I'm loving these. Are these from you, Gorilla, or are they from Gypsy, or are they a combination? Okay, so that's my other news. My red onion. Can you beat that? What strange things have you ever found in your garden? That would be a really interesting one. Okay, let's go on to, I get very confused with all these different bits of music and everything's in different places. When I play an interlude, I'm normally like getting the next thing ready, and I can't because I hear music. I'm like, what's that? What am I playing? Okay, so Wednesday's puzzle. I think this is an easy one. I think you should get this straight away. We'll see. It's quite a short one today, and it is thus. A man shaves several times a day, but he still has a beard. How? And that's the puzzle for today. A man shaves several times a day, but still has a beard. How? And let's see if you get the right answer. I'm guessing you're going to come up with different answers, but you need to have the answer I got here, okay? Because there are kind of other answers you could have. You need Dawn's answer. Dawn's answer. So if you want the applause of the day, then you need my answer. And if you're watching this back later, see if you can think of the answer before someone in the comments gets the answer. So if you're watching this live, get those fingers typing. I see a comment come up, I'm like, oh, is that Steve with the answer? Because he's so quick sometimes. No, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla, combination of all here at the moment. I'm lurking and working. Okay, excellent, excellent. If I pick a winner from yours, then you'll have to remember who said what. Okay, so question of the day. Well, it's not question of the day, it's quiz. It's the puzzle of the day. A man shaves several times a day, but still has a beard. How? Okay, while we're doing that, let's go on to our next topic, which is this. Okay, because I mentioned about the new music, I will inform you of the outcome of the court case. And for anyone who doesn't know what's going on, I am allowed to use the music, but when someone like threatens you with court action and you get told, yes, you can still use it, why on earth would you want to promote their music anymore? I don't know. So I've swapped it all. If you want to know more about what I'm talking about, look at my last live. I rant. Yes. Right. Steve's still in pajamas, his onesie, animal ones, I expect, that he wears at Christmas. I know so much about Steve. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla, he's a shepherd. Oh, that's a good answer. That's a brilliant answer. That's not my answer, but I think that's better than my answer. And Steve says, but he's got a barber shop. Yes, that's the answer I had. But do you know what? I think Gypsy and Gorilla's answer is so good. You can both be awarded the applause. You could both. I said it had to be my answer, which Steve got, but that was an awesome answer from Gorilla and Gypsy. So that was really good. Excellent. Excellent. Barbara. Oh, Steve wanted extra kudos there for finding the emoji to match. Well done, Steve. If you'd have just put the emoji, I think I might have got what it was. It looks like a cotton reel from here, but I do know it's supposed to be the Barber one. Yes, very good. I know I believe the cotton reel in the emojis is red. I think it's red. It's because people use it for threads, titles and pages of threads. That's how I know what that one is. Okay, so craft update. Did I play the intro? I wouldn't know because I don't know the music anymore. Craft update. Ooh, what is it? Now, as I say, you can guess as many times as you like each week. Each Wednesday, I show you if I've done any more, and you can guess as many times. I'm not telling you if you're right or wrong. Some people change their guesses, which is fine. You can change it. You can just say whatever you think it is, because it does look different every week. The only clue I'm giving you is the picture is one thing. So it's not like a scene, it's one thing. So it might be a dog. It's not going to be a dog sitting in the garden by a lamppost. It is one thing. And look, I've tried to do a lot for you. I've tried filling in. I've done some filling in near the top. It's quite a lot of filling in. I'll come nearer in a minute. It's getting harder to show you it. And I've done obviously a lot more length. So I'm going to come in a bit. I don't know if that will help you at all. You can just appreciate the filling in at the top. See the sort of middle top bit where there's just odd stitches. Oh, that's a nightmare to count. Because it's like one stitch of this shade and one stitch of that shade. I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying doing it. And I will reiterate, it is the right way up. I appreciate someone guessed on email something another way up, and I turned it up. I was like, oh yes, that's exactly what it looks like. But that, even though now I know what that person said, I'm like, oh, it is that, but it isn't. Oh dear. I should have done that. I should have said, I'm not telling you which way up it is. Maybe we'll do that with a simple one. When I do a simple one, maybe I won't tell you which way up it is. But no, this is the correct way up. And it's pretty much, I don't think it's going to be all of this. This came as a set, so the material came with it. But it's going to be a good portion of it, because obviously I know how much more I've got to do. So I thought first it was going to be kind of most of this. It's not going to be most of it. It's going to be central. So you can guess as many times as you like. I'm not telling you if you're right or wrong, but anyone who guesses what it is, I'm making a note. Write down your name and what you said. Well, obviously it'll be the right answer. And then when it's finished or it's obvious what it is, I'll say if anyone got it right and who it was who guessed first, and also anyone else who guessed correctly. So let's see. Good answer from the gorilla, said Steve. Yes, that was an excellent answer, Shepherd. Brilliant answer. I thought someone was going to say he's still got a beard because he's only shaving his moustache. That's what I thought someone was going to say. So that's what I thought. Good answer, Steve. And fast. Oh, fast from Gorilla. Yes, Steve's normally super, super fast. Steve saying, thinking of wheelwright and spoke, shave. Water cellar. I think it's a water cellar. Water cellar. I have to show it after someone's guessed something because then you can look and go, oh, yes. And do you know what? Every single guess someone said, I look at it and I can totally see what people are saying. Gypsy and Gorilla are saying an elephant with adornment. Is that when I had it up the other way or that way? Oh, no, I see. Yeah, I see that. I haven't showed you this way. Did I? No, that's the way I showed you, wasn't it? Let's do upside down. That looks like a harp. Actually, it looks like a person sort of sitting, and a harp could be a harp player. That one, I think the yellow bit looks like a crown or something like that, like an Egyptian dragon. That looks like an Egyptian dragon or elephant. That could be an elephant. But it is definitely this way up. When I first started it, I had to put a pin in the top because I didn't know where I was going. But yeah, it's very pretty. That's all I can say. It's very pretty. It's coming along. Coming along. Steve saying, good one, Gorilla. Steve said, I said last week an Indian princess. I remember that. And Gypsy and Gorilla saying something from India. Ooh, we're like both thinking India now. Both thinking India. Interesting. Okie dokie. Let's do a bit of this. We need a bit of this today. Let's do a bit of this if I can find it. Ooh, where are you? Where have you gone? Ooh. Well, that's interesting. Where are you? There you are. I forgot because I can't play anything on any day because there's not enough room in the description for all the music credits. I've had to divide up. I normally have all those things together, but I've had to divide up different days. So if it's today, I can only play that one for my jokes because of the music. Oh, it's complicated now. It's not easy doing my lives now. It's stressful. Okay, so jokes. Now, last week we were doing jokes about things, people's names. For example, what do you call a man with a seagull on his head? And the answer is cliff. Seagull on the cliff. Seagull on cliff. Right, so we're going to continue with some more of these types of jokes for today. I have many. What do you call a man with 4 planks on his head? I don't know, but Edward Woodward would. Edward Woodward would. Edward Woodward would. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla saying, why are celebrities so cool? They have many fans. Yay! What do you call a Spanish man who can't find his car? Carlos. Carlos. What do you call a Spanish man who is discharged from hospital? What do you call a Spanish man who is discharged from hospital? Manuel. Manuel. That's a good one. What do you call a man raking leaves? Russell. What do you call a Russian with a frog in his throat? Chestikov. Chestikov. What do you call a man with no feet? Neil. Do you like these? What do you call a man with a car on his head? What do you call a man with a car on his head? Jack. Ooh, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. What do you call two Spanish men playing basketball? One on one. One on one. Very good. Let's do one more. Oh, let's do two more. What do you call a man with a spade on his head? Doug. What do you call a man without a spade on his head? Douglas. Douglas. Crazy. 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 What's your favourite type of jokes? And I said last week, my favourite type of jokes are blonde jokes. So if you've got any good blonde jokes, these are good. Thanks, Steve. I have more. Return next week and you will be entertained with some more what do you call a man with something. I don't know what you call those, name jokes. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's go on to this. Oh, what am I reading? Well, you know I'm not reading anything. So I thought I'm going to make myself read. I love reading. If you don't know, I can read and read and read. I like a proper book in my hand. But with all this nonsense going on here, that's the last thing I've got time for. But I'm going to make myself read, even if it's for 20 minutes. Sit down, have a break, read. So I grabbed a book. It's a whole pile I've got here that my friend gave me they've all been passed round and round and round. And she said, when you fish with them, do what you want with them, don't want them back. And I keep them for visitors and guests and our volunteers. Sometimes they take loads of books home with them. So that's what I do with them. So I've just picked one off the top of the pile. So I thought, whatever it is, I'm reading it next rather than keep pulling books out. They're all standing up like that because I don't put books in my bookshelf unless I really, really want to keep them. So I read these if I really love the story. They've got to have a good ending, then I keep them. So this one is called End in Tears, and it's a Ruth Rendell. I'm sure most of you know Ruth Rendell. And it says a Chief Inspector Wexford mystery. I'm sure most of you are pretty familiar with that. I believe there's TV series and short films, like several parter series of different Inspector Wexford. And it says Chief Inspector Wexford is Rendell's most enduring and best creation. The Chief Inspector has never before known a case of a father finding the murdered body of his daughter, never thought to see a bereaved parent prone over his child's corpse. He has daughters of his own, but he can barely imagine himself in George Marshallson's position. Wexford needs to discover if there's any connection between two apparently unrelated deaths. But he is soon accused in the local press of old-fashioned police methods. However, with his old friend and partner, Mike Burden, and two new recruits to the Kings Markham team, Wexford pursues his inquiries with the diligence and humanity that makes Ruth Rendell's detective stories enthralling, exciting, and very touching. And funny enough, the price on here the label says Dubai, or Dubai, wherever you're from, how you say it, Dubai's duty-free shop. Ooh, this one's travelled then. So I'm going to start reading that. As I always say, if it's an old book, these aren't new books. If it's an old book and you're interested in reading it, go to your local library. If they don't have it, you can always order it. They will order it in for you. So if you like the sound of what I'm reading, then you can do that. Or if you have Kindle, look it up. You might be able to find it. I never pay for anything on Kindle. So if it's not free on there, I don't get it. But as I read, was it a couple of weeks ago, I went through what books I've got free on Kindle, and it's quite bizarre, my taste of what I've downloaded. Got a whole library there. Let's see, let's go to the chat. Gypsy and Gorilla are laughing. Douglas having a good laugh here. I like jokes I've not heard before. Yeah. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. Piggy bank is very wise. I mean, it's filled with common sense. Very good. Very good. So yes, I'm going to make myself read, because you all know I love reading, and that's what I'm going to do, even if I take 20 minutes out. Yes. Okay, let's go on to this. Ooh, question cards. Ooh, let's see. Ooh. A brave knight is about to fight a fierce dragon. Which do you want to be, a knight or a dragon? Ooh, that's a good one. Yes. Ooh, good question. I think there's pros and cons on both sides. I think the dragon, just because he lives rurally, mostly I would think he would be peace and quiet in his little cave. If it gets chilly, he can make a fire. I'm so practical. He can fly and go anywhere he wants to go. He's not beholden to anyone. I'm going to be the dragon. Let's see the comments. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Della. What would you be, Della? A dragon or the knight? Doesn't mean in the battle, just in general. Would you prefer to be a dragon or a knight? How heavy are your water buckets? How many do you carry a day? Oh, maybe I should film it. Would you really like to see me film it? No, I wouldn't have to keep moving the camera. You'd think I've just got on, replace a bit of film. Right there, we use like paint buckets. You know, when you buy the big buckets of paint, that's what we use for buckets, those sort of size buckets. So they're strong metal handle. So I can't say an amount, but they're about that tall. You know, like plastic buckets. I think you get grout in them and things like that as well. So I don't know how big, you know, about that tall. I can only carry one at a time because I have issues carrying two things at once. So that makes it twice as bad in a way. I can only carry one at a time. And for me, where the water butt is, it's by the fig tree, so it's up high. I don't know if I filmed it before, where it was when I was doing it the first time. So it's raised a little bit because the fig tree is slightly raised with stones round, but that's the place where it was easiest for Mike to fix it up. So I stand up on those stones and I go in with the bucket with two hands, and the worst bit for me is literally pulling it up and over. That's the hardest bit for me, actually. It's no, someone's going to say do a pulley system. It's no. Yes, how many do you carry a day? Well, I'm doing it most of the day. Obviously, it's so hot. We stop lunchtime and have something to eat lunchtime. I wouldn't like to say, because I don't even water the same things every day. And I haven't had a day where I've watered everything. That would be impossible. As I say, did I post a drought video, or is that the one next? When I'm editing videos, I forget if I'm posting them or editing them. Right, Friday. That's the one that's scheduled for Friday. I've done a video and I called it something about how to save your plants in a drought, in high climates, high temperatures, or with a water shortage. And I've showed you ways I've tried to save some of my plants and my vegetables, particularly the ones that are too far for me to walk to. So you will see some of it then. One of the main things I've done is hilling, where I've put loads of straw up, literally not covering the top of some plants, but when I say plants, I'm talking vegetables. I don't say normal plants, vegetables. So I'm hilling up with straw all up round it. I'm grabbing whatever I can, been raking up dry leaves. So it's not a case of just watering. I've been doing all this as well, and that's one of the things I've done, just getting all sort of composty stuff, not that's already compost, but things you would put in a compost area, and grabbing dry leaves and twigs and whatever I can find, just to kind of hill up or build up, like the raised beds, build them up higher, so you've just got a little bit of vegetable or plant at the top. Those things that I thought were not going to last, I've let go to seed. So I'm obviously trying to pick off some of the pods or whatever. So at least I've got some seeds. But that's up Friday. So have a look on Friday, and then maybe I will do a bit filming me doing it. I don't want it to look like a pity party. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla say rather be a knight. I like the underdogs. Right, Della, looks like we are your number 10 sub. You got a channel, Della, now, but no videos. I was going to say Della doesn't have a channel. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla, we have just started a few weeks now gardening this year. Yeah, put up the title of your other channel. I've got it and I'm subscribed to it, but I can't remember it to say it to others. So type in the name of because most of their growing stuff goes on their other channel now. Whereas the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla channel, that is all their usual stuff, more their usual taste testing, and I love the ones where they go and buy stuff and change them into other things. I love that sort of thing. So yes, that's it, Scrappy Acres. And they got a funny icon. It's a really little funny icon of both of them. So that's it, Scrappy Acres Homestead. Yeah, so go and check out that, guys. Go and check out Scrappy Acres Homestead. That is where most of their growing is. They sometimes do a little update or send you over to that channel, but do go and check out that channel. Let's do another question. Let's see. The reason I'm picking through is some are like drama things, as in a drama class, not drama. Things to do in a drama class. So I'm just kind of going through, making sure I don't pick one of one of those out. You're driving your car along a road. All of a sudden, it starts to fly. Where do you go to? Ooh. You're driving your car along a road. All of a sudden, it starts to fly. Where do you go to? Where are you going? If you could go right now in your car, where do you go? Ooh. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla say life should be fun, even if you have to make it fun. I do my best. I do my best. It does help to have all you guys supporting me. You know I do my best. So, where do you fly to in your car? Ooh. Let me think. Where do I fly to? I do love the Caribbean. It's my favourite place. And I've said before why we didn't choose there to live, even though it's my favourite places is Caribbean. I think, seeing as I'm flying in the car, I'm going to go somewhere like Peru, where you can fly over, where everybody goes to see in Peru, but from the air. Wouldn't that be spectacular? Yes, rather than just go somewhere, you've got to have the purpose of you can fly physically anywhere. So you can go literally over the top of anything. I'm going to say Peru. Yes, it's stunning on the ground to see where everyone goes, but flying over the top of it. Ooh. The cleaners to clean my drawers, pants out. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I'm going to go there. I haven't been to Peru. Carport. Is that like airport for the car? Carport. Oh dear. Yeah, we were talking the other day about when I was playing You and Who, and you had to say from Disney a vehicle, any vehicle that you would have from any Disney film. And I was like, oh, I should have said the magic carpet from Aladdin. That's got to be the top one of that, hasn't it? Yes. Let's see. Yeah, see, some of these are drama activities. Yeah, see, for example, let me read you a drama one. Everybody hooked together so you're all one big machine with many moving parts. Okay. This one says, you're the pilot of a huge jet. All of a sudden, you notice you're completely out of fuel. You turn on the speaker to talk to the passengers. What do you say? I'm out of here. There's only one parachute. Bye. I don't know. What would you say? I don't want to worry you, but... Or, I'm obviously not qualified to be flying this plane, so therefore it should come to no surprise. Oh dear. It's a bit of a mad question, that one. Bit of a mad question. What would you say? I think there's protocol anyway, isn't there? I would definitely inform people. There's nothing worse than those sort of people when they try and keep news from people. Oh, we've just lost 2 wings. Oh, well, we're gliding in now. So, yes, I think that's a bit of a crazy question. Bit of a crazy one. Let's see if I can find another one. Let's see. Yeah, drama. I need to sort these out, really. What's your favourite thing to have in a packed lunch? And what's your worst thing to have in a packed lunch? Ooh, packed lunch. I remember on school trips, a lot of children, their parents used to give them egg sandwiches, and by the time you've been in the coach for hours on end, it did half smell. I always asked on where it was a school trip for my mum to do Dairylea. Now, there used to be, I don't know if any of you know, Steve will know, there used to be a round flat package, and it was all triangles of Dairylea, all individually wrapped, and it was soft, so you spread it on. Be prepared for hard landing. That's a good one, Steve. That's excellent. Yeah, that's excellent. We're going to land sooner than you may think. We may not quite arrive at our destination. Oh dear. Yeah, so it was like spreadable Dairylea, and then years later it came in a plastic tub, and it was spreadable Dairylea, which is like cream cheese. I'm sure you all know what Dairylea is. Like Philadelphia, but more of a, wasn't cheddar cheese, but more of a cheesy cheese. Cheesy cheese. More of a cheese than other types of cheese. Oh dear. Yeah, so I always ask for Dairylea, the spreadable one, and tomato ketchup. I remember I always had that, and everyone used to go, "Oh, what's that? That's really nice." That was my go-to for school lunches for if you went on an outing. We'll be touching down shortly. That's a great one, Steve. We'll be touching down shortly. Oh dear. Oh dear. So yeah, Steve's being honest. He's being honest to his people in his plane, his passengers in his plane. He's being honest. He's just not panicking them. What would be my worst thing? Oh, peanut butter. Sorry, Americans, it's your staple diet. I think peanut butter and jelly, jam. Peanut butter and jelly. No, peanut butter. I love peanuts. I love butter, peanut butter. But the smell of it, my dad used to have it. Oh, it just smelled horrible. So yeah, I would say peanut butter probably would be my worst then. Or any of these Nutellas. They didn't have those when I was younger, but Nutella, anything like that. No. So yeah, I think that would be my worst sandwich filling. Is peanut butter or Nutella, something like that. And what's my best one now? Chicken and mayonnaise. I do like chicken and mayonnaise. We have chicken a lot. We cook one chicken on a Sunday dinner, and then throughout the week we have different things with the bits of chicken. So Mike cooks one big chicken on a Sunday, and then throughout the week we have that in different formats. Yeah, so I would say favourite sandwich. I do like tuna and mayonnaise. It's quite nice. What else for sandwiches? I do like Philadelphia, and we mentioned that. That's the cheese that isn't a cheese. And I like all the cheeses where they have bits in, like you get a Mexican cheese and it's got little bits of chili or garlic and hot peppers, anything like that. Quite like that. I like sauces. So on my sandwiches I quite like some form of sauce. So mayonnaise or ketchup, or not always, but I do like a bit of mayonnaise normally or something in a sandwich. What else do I like in a sandwich? Oh, we do like like boiled eggs mushed up. again with mayonnaise, mustard, or sometimes ketchup. Ooh, gypsy and vanilla gorilla cream cheese, we call it here, Philadelphia cheese. Yeah, anything like that. I'm sure you've done. I think you did recently chips, you call them, but crisp. You do lots of those kinds of chips with jalapeno and hot peppers and all that. Some of those sound wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, what else do I like in a sandwich? If we're talking toast, I like Vegemite on toast. You can't really get that very often here. We get some things occasionally and then you don't see it again, and then it might suddenly pop up somewhere. Laughing Cow, I know Laughing Cow. Laughing Cow is a foil wrap cheese. I know Laughing Cow. There was one, Steve, if you remember, like the triangles that we were talking about in the silver foil. And I just remember, I don't remember which brand it was, but they had, each one had a different flag of a different country on. I think they were different from different countries, all like a multi-pack. But they were still in this little round flat cardboard container. I don't know what brand that was, but I think it was a mixture. And Cheese and Chives. That was where I first tasted that. Swiss cheese. You're into Swiss cheese at the moment. Nice. Mike loves a good, strong cheddar. And what's that other cheese you like? The brie, is it? Is it brie? Oh, depends what you're doing with it, he says. Stilton. Oh, we have sometimes soup, which is Stilton and broccoli. Oh, that's nice. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla say, my son made a crabless crab ragoon with homemade wonton crisp and smoked Philadelphia cream cheese with sweet pepper sauce. That sounds delightful. And guys, if you're into your food, you need to go and check out their channel. Some of the things they try, oh, lovely, some of them. Really good, really nice stuff. Yeah, if you want to see some strange stuff that you might not be able to get in your country, go and have a look there. I jump on there quite a lot. I remember that beef jerky one. I can't remember what flavour it was now. You tried a beef jerky type thing. Yeah. Cheeses. I like cheese. I don't like what I call the really strong smelly cheese, and I don't like any cheese that's got the green in it, the mould, any mould cheeses. No. I'm more into like soft cheese. I like Edam, those sort of cheeses. I like spreadable cheese. Sounds tasty. It does, doesn't it? Sounds really nice. And then when you put that cheese in the oven and it all melts and you dip in it, I like a cheese fondue. Has any of you had a cheese fondue? That's, oh, cheese fondue. Oh, you get your little bits of bread or other things and heat the cheese up in the little pot and then dip anything in it. And oh, I made a pizza today for lunch, and I make it all myself from scratch, not just put toppings on, make all the dough. And I made that, and I like when the cheese, like chewing gum, melty cheese, cheese on toast, melted cheese, cheese sandwich. Oh, there's an emoji for fondue. I didn't know that. Oh, look at that. I didn't know there was emoji for that. Where have I been? And then after you've had your cheese fondue, you have a chocolate fondue, and then you have your little strawberries to dip in that, and whatever else you want to dip in your chocolate. I quite like a white melted chocolate. Nice white melted chocolate. That tastes nicer when it's melted. It's more creamy. So we have cheese fondue, followed by chocolate fondue. Nice. Nice. Cheese is quite expensive these days, unfortunately. But yeah, nice cheese and chives. Yes. Oh, I was saying, after the silver triangles, it then went into like soft cheese in like a toothpaste tube, but bigger than a toothpaste tube, but a squeezy tube like that. And then you had to squeeze it, and then they started adding different things with the squeezy cheese inside, and there'd be like shrimp flavour cheese, and they just made up all sorts of things, and you like squeezed it out like toothpaste, squeezed it out. Our strawberries almost ripe. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Nice ripe strawberries. Now you've got me thinking about cream. Nice cream. What do you have with your strawberries? Do you just eat the strawberries? I have to put sugar on, whether they're sweet or not. I always sprinkle sugar on my strawberries, and then we have like double cream. Cheese on toast. Cheese on toast, yes. Melted cheese. Nothing beats a melted cheese. Cheese on toast. Don't make the toast, if you're doing it on a grill, don't make the toast too toasted before the cheese goes on top, though. You don't want overdone toast. I don't like too crunchy, like burnt or dark, solid edges of toast. Cheese on toast. I've got loads of chives in the garden. I need to do some cheese and chives. Cheese and chives. Right, I'm going to go and make something now. Yes, you're all just making me hungry, and I've just looked at the time. Yes, I've done my hour. I've gone over. The last live, after I finished, I looked, was an hour and a half, which is crazy. Crazy days. So Gypsy and Gorilla say we pick and eat. They never make it into anything yet. We used to have a huge patch, but have started over. It's not very big. Excellent. I will be over on Scrappy Acres Homestead to see how you're going when I have a 5-minute break from doing buckets. I'll think about filming it. Trouble is, the time then setting up tripod or whatever, I'm going to be like, I could have done some buckets by now. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to finish there today. Thank you so much for being here. You really do cheer me up. And thank you to those of you watching this back later. Your thumbs up count. So thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Strawberries are not here yet. They are coming. Okay, guys, thanks very much for being here. Thank you to those who have let me know that they're playing my playlist, especially Janet, who's got 2 computers going. Thank you, Janet, for that. And it does help. I don't think I made the €70 this month. I looked the other day. I wrote it down. I'm on €63.73. And my payout, they normally pay me out if I get anything. They said it's the 21st of each month. So I'm just looking. We've passed it. But hopefully if you keep playing my videos and recommending my channel to your friends and community and so on and so forth, I'm sure the difference between €63.73 and €70 we can definitely get to for next month. So Tina's eating them. Yes, Steve. That's where they're going, Steve. When we first grew our strawberries last year, we made a rule that, well, I made the rule. First one's for me, next one's for you, next one's for me, next one's for you. Okay, I'm out of here. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And I will be here next Monday. See you then. Much love to you all. Bye, Dawn and Gorilla. Bye to you too.